After 15 years of dating, Portia De Rossi and Ellen DeGeneres appeared to be inseparable. Many, however, are still perplexed as to what went wrong with their split. They had years of shared milestones and open demonstrations of affection before they broke up. Was it the constant scrutiny of public life, or did you have more insidious, unsolvable problems on a personal level? Portia is finally prepared to discuss the reasons for their breakup, after keeping mum for so long. From the outside, the relationship appeared to be robust. What could have possibly broken it? Find out what Portia really thinks about Ellen DeGeneres by watching this video with us. What caused Portia's separation? Ellen McGovern. When word got out in 2014 that Ellen and Portia were divorcing, it spread like wildfire. But in a sincere interview reaction, Ellen corrected the record. She said, "I fall more in love with Portia all the time," which was very moving. Their partnership was anything but dull, she said, praising Portia for her kindness, talent, and sense of humor. On the contrary, it was brimming with affection, mirth, and profound bonding. More divorce rumors surfaced in 2015, when the tabloids struck again. They continued by saying that Ellen was manipulating Portia, which drove her to leave her. But it was all false. Ellen brought it up in a lighthearted conversation with Howard Stern. For many, this is incredibly thrilling. It's finally happening after all this time. They made fun of the fact that the tabloids would not cover their happy, steady relationship unless they created drama. She went so far as to joke that they were actually grateful that the press was interested in them. Portia De Rossi and Ellen DeGeneres initially crossed paths in 2001 at a Rock the Vote event. However, De Rossi had not yet publicly acknowledged her sexual orientation at the time. It took 3 years for them to confess their affections to each other, despite the instant connection they felt. Both of them were profoundly affected by their initial encounter in 2001. Portia subsequently confessed that it was love at first sight, although DeGeneres was unaware that De Rossi was on the same squad. Despite briefly exchanging words at the concert and running into each other again years later, neither of them ever did something about their sentiments. "I knew she was the one for me when I first laid eyes on her," De Rossi stated in an interview with Oprah in 2009. Portia was afraid that coming out would be detrimental to her job since she was still in the closet and appeared on Ally McBeal. She elaborated on her reasons for not being ready to date the world's most famous lesbian. When asked about a specific incident in 2005, De Rossi recalls reuniting with Ellen for a photo session. She described her intense attraction to Ellen as an emotion she had never had before, and it left her speechless. "My knees were weak. It was absolutely incredible," she exclaimed. By then, both were in relationships. Portia is seen with singer Francesca Gregorini, while Ellen is accompanied by photographer Alexandra Hedison. However, they started dating after they ended those relationships. "I had a girlfriend, too, but it wasn't like, oh, we're going to have an affair," as DeGeneres put it. "We were only meant to be in one other's company." They thought it was the best choice for themselves and their partners, but breaking up was difficult. Portia De Rossi revealed her romance with Ellen DeGeneres in August 2005, shortly after she came out to the public. The DeGeneres couple, Ellen and Portia, are currently in Australia. Her connection with Ellen, she told The Advocate, was the answer to all her prayers. Calm, caring, and considerate. Portia felt less isolated than before. She loved Ellen so much that she overcame the difficulties of being in a public relationship, particularly with someone as renowned as Ellen. Although it was exhilarating, Portia acknowledged that living under the limelight was difficult. A month later, they made their first joint public appearance at the Primetime Emmy Awards, which Ellen hosted, marking a significant event for the couple. Ellen spoke about Portia in an interview with People in November 2005, over a year into their relationship, expressing her certainty that Portia was the one. She said that it was the first time she had ever felt truly committed to someone. Ellen went so far as to say that they would have tied the knot long ago if same-sex marriage had been lawful then, as a way to commemorate and rejoice in their 14 years of marriage. Ellen kept thinking about her time spent with Portia even after a few years had passed. She elaborated on how their connection went beyond mere joy to encompass a sense of wholeness, painting their tie as an ideal match, unlike anything she had ever encountered. After the Supreme Court of California legalized same-sex marriage in May 2008, Ellen used her appearance on the Ellen DeGeneres show to pop the question to Portia. Originally, the pair was going to have a commitment ceremony. "I can hardly wait until we reach the future and are free to do as we please forever. But now that the law is official, Ellen has a plan to surprise Portia with." Portia went on to say that the timing of the legal change was like a gift, which deepened the significance of their commitment. Togetherness throughout life. Ellen and Portia were married in a tiny, private ceremony at their Los Angeles home in August 2008. The house wedding of Ellen and Portia took place on August 16, 2008. With only 19 people in attendance, including their mothers, Portia sported a one-of-a-kind Zac Posen gown. Then at a sweet afternoon ceremony, they swapped Neil Lane rings. Portia revealed the profound impact her marriage had on her life a few months following the ceremony. She reported experiencing a level of calm and assurance she had never previously felt. She was now free to live her life as she saw fit. Portia went on to say that it meant a lot to her to have her mother there to bless the marriage and introduce Ellen as her daughter-in-law. Having a family wasn't something that Ellen and Portia were interested in pursuing. They considered it, but ultimately decided that being dogs and aunts to Portia's niece was more fulfilling. Ellen elaborated that they were content with their lives and didn't feel the need to start a family. Ellen and Portia celebrated their first wedding anniversary that year by sitting down with Oprah. Felt at home in their relationship, having discovered such a profound bond with Portia. The pair also spoke about how they felt let down by Prop 8, the California initiative that outlawed their same-sex marriage. Their marriage was not invalidated, but they were saddened by the judgment and thought it was a setback for human rights. Ellen and Portia have been an inspiration to all during their journey, demonstrating unwavering dedication, love, and resilience. Braving the public eye and legal obstacles without wavering in their love for one another. In 2010, Portia De Rossi made a significant change when she legally became Portia Lee James DeGeneres, taking Ellen DeGenres' last name. Although she was happy with the shift in her private life, she continued to work under the name Portia De Rossi in her career. Their love and devotion to one another were expressed by this tender act. The couple brought a dog named Kid home as a response to the question of when they planned to establish a family. "We have a kid," Ellen said, playfully, in response to everyone's curiosity about the name. "Keeping my fingers crossed that it will finally put a stop to the rumors." Truly, that is an audacious and fearless assertion. Ellen revealed the key to a happy marriage with Portia in an interview. "If you want your marriage to last," she said, "the two most important things are to always be grateful to each other and to put one another first. Their bond is unique and valuable, and they both know it." He grasped everything completely, which I really appreciate. The discussion was really enjoyable. Plus, they are constantly reminding one another of it. Not long after that, on Ellen's birthday, Portia did something that left her speechless and solidified their growing friendship. In 2018, Portia really went all out with a heartfelt present for Ellen's 60th birthday. As a gift to Ellen, she established the Ellen DeGeneres Wildlife Fund to safeguard endangered species and a gorilla sanctuary in Rwanda. According to Portia, the present signifies your values and the people you care about. It was a heartfelt homage to Ellen's enduring dedication to protecting animals. They commemorated their marriage's 10th anniversary that year, reflecting on all they had accomplished as a couple. Memories of their ceremony were treasured as they reminisced. And even shared the officiant's speech, delivered by Wayne Dyer, which emphasized the significance of marriage equality, a cause close to their hearts. Ellen kept the romance going strong even after 10 years of marriage. She talked about how she would plan thoughtful surprises for Portia whenever she had to travel, including having a rose arrangement made in the shape of a heart in her hotel room, on her talk program. It was a simple yet meaningful manner that they maintained their bond. After staying home to play games and spend quality time together, Ellen and Portia made the most of the chance presented by the COVID-19 epidemic in early 2020. However, they did more than just talk about it. They donated $1 million to COVID-19 relief efforts, earmarking it for groups like America's Food Fund, No Kid Hungry, and Meals on Wheels. They were contributing to the All In Challenge, which aimed to raise money for communities that were most at risk during the pandemic. In 2020, when Ellen was embroiled in controversy over claims of a terrible work environment on her talk program, Portia was there to bolster her. "She was a rock during that terrible period in my life," Ellen reflected afterwards. They remained steadfast in their relationship even when situations got tough. Portia was important in keeping Ellen grounded and optimistic, according to Ellen. "On top of that, I feel compelled to shield everything ill-defined." Ellen DeGeneres has been cited by Portia De Rossi as the person who helped her embrace her impairment. Because of Ellen's constant encouragement, Portia was able to overcome her discomfort with being gay before they started dating. Portia said in an interview that Ellen reassured her that being homosexual was acceptable. It was the first time Portia felt completely at ease with herself, and Ellen's presence helped her get through it, she added. When Portia needed emergency surgery in March of 2021 due to appendicitis, Ellen's concern and dedication were clearly visible. Ellen roused Portia from her early slumber and whisked her away to the hospital, despite the fact that she had been sick and had gone to bed early. Ellen made a joke about Portia's appendix being left behind at the hospital and her intention to auction it off for charity after the procedure. "I am relieved to report that Portia returned home after a full recovery." After getting over her illness, Portia joined Ellen in commemorating a major achievement: 3,000 episodes of the Ellen DeGeneres show. As a token of her support, Portia brought cupcakes to the set and posted a touching Instagram video. "The milestone of 3,000 episodes is well accomplished. You are an extraordinary woman," she wrote, praising her wife's accomplishments. They celebrated 13 years of marriage in August 2021 by posting heartfelt tributes to one another on social media. In a heartfelt caption accompanying her selfie, Ellen wrote, "I get to share my life with you." Meanwhile, Portia posted a photo album with the caption, "13 years ago, I married the love of my life." Additionally, it continues to improve. Another major achievement, 18 years of marriage, was celebrated by the pair in December 2022. For their anniversary, Ellen penned a touching letter in which she expressed her growing love for her. "For her affection, I am eternally thankful." In a post she made on National Coming Out Day earlier that year, she reflected on how her coming out had brought her to Portia and proclaimed it the finest decision she had ever made. Ellen posted a heartfelt Instagram tribute to Portia in honor of her 50th birthday in January 2023. A simple "Happy birthday, Portia, thank God for you" expressed her profound love for her wife. During Portia's birthday celebration a short time later, the lovers shared an intimate moment. Renewing their vows, Portia takes Ellen by surprise. Their heartfelt vow renewal ceremony, led by Kris Jenner and including Brandi Carlile's music, was a beautiful symbol of their love for one another. While Ellen was there, Portia told her how much she meant to her in her wedding dress from 2008. "That is absolutely astounding." Ellen revealed in April 2023 how the couple's unique passions made their relationship exciting. Ellen loves nothing more than turning properties into money, but Portia has a profound affection for horses. "Even going to a furniture store together would be out of the question," Ellen said, "unless a horse is involved." Their compatibility as a pair is demonstrated by the fact that their individual interests do not undermine their connection. Ellen and Portia's bond has endured through thick and thin, but at its core, it is one of love, humor, and mutual regard. They remain a model of a couple who finds delight in being together, whether they're commemorating an anniversary or helping each other through a difficult time. But tell me, Ellen, who is she? What about her character made Portia lose her composure? Things are going to get even more intriguing, so stay tuned. Ellen DeGeneres is the center of attention. The American comedian Ellen DeGeneres was born on January 26, 1958. "I was taken aback. Because they were unaware that you were here, they are overjoyed." Journalist, producer, and TV personality. Her hosting duties of The Ellen DeGeneres Show and her role as lead actress in the sitcom Ellen garnered her 33 Daytime Emmy Awards. "That makes 13 People's Choice Awards for me." Betty was a speech therapist, and Elliot was an insurance agent. They raised their daughter Ellen in Metairie, Louisiana. One of her brothers, Vance, is also a musician. Her mother remarried following her parents' divorce when she was 13 years old, and made their way to Texas. Ellen had a tough life. She was a victim of stepfather abuse as a teenager, among other things. Although her story was only beginning, she did manage to flee from him in the end. Ellen returned to New Orleans after graduating from high school with the intention of attending college. However, she only lasted one semester before dropping out and taking jobs as a bartender and waitress. Her comedic sketches, informed by her real-life experiences, were the catalyst for her meteoric rise to fame on television. Ellen began performing stand-up comedy at local coffee shops and clubs after her experiences in a variety of occupations ignited a passion for the craft. She quickly became a regular performer and, by 1981, was the resident MC at New Orleans' Clyde's Comedy Club. Comics like Steve Martin and Woody Allen served as influences for Ellen, who rose to fame rapidly, going on a nationwide tour and even been named 1984's funniest person in America by Showtime. Legends such as Bob Newhart, Carol Burnett, and Lucille Ball served as influences to her throughout the years. Ellen returned to comedy in 2018 with her Netflix special Relatable, following a 15-year hiatus. In the late 80s and early 90s, Ellen dabbled in stand-up comedy and other forms of self-expression, but she also kept an eye out for new creative chances. She appeared in Coneheads and other films during this time, among her many other undertakings. Then, with utmost care, the head and body dove into the water. And she'll be the star of an original film series set in Epcot, Walt Disney World, for Ellen's energy journey. Along with Bill Nye, Jamie Lee Curtis, Alex Trebek, and Michael Richards, Ellen was a guest on this entertaining and instructive show. In The Dream, Curtis and Albert Einstein portrayed her rivals in a game of Jeopardy centered around energy. When Ellen fell asleep, she woke up to discover herself competing in this dream version of the game. After that, Ellen and Nye co-hosted an energy-related educational program. Originally named Ellen's Energy Crisis, the attraction changed its name shortly after its 1996 debut to Ellen's in 2017. Ellen's performance as Dory, a character she voiced in 2003, stood out. It was an impressive whale. That is admirable. The amicable fish that suffers from amnesia. Andrew Stanton, director of Disney's Finding Nemo, was influenced to cast her after observing her comic approach on her talk program, where she frequently switched topics. Ellen was presented with multiple accolades for her performance. Included the Kids' Choice Award, the Annie Award for Outstanding Voice Acting, and the Saturn Award for Best Supporting Actress. The Chicago Film Critics Association also gave her a Best Supporting Actress nomination. In Dr. Doolittle's introductory sequence, Ellen also provided the voice for the dog. "I beg you, could you please inform him that my butt is gray?" This film stars Eddie Murphy. When she received the Saturn Award, she joined the ranks of actors like Robin Williams, who won for playing the genie in Aladdin, as the only ones to get an award for voice acting. Finding Dory, the 2016 sequel, had Ellen's voice returning to Dory. She was nominated for the Best Actor award following her success in voice acting. Ellen had previously made a name for herself on television with her breakout role as real estate agent Margot Van Meter on the briefly running Fox comedy Open House, a spin-off of Duet. Ellen swiftly landed a role in 1992 as Nurse Nancy McIntyre on Laurel Hill, even though the show didn't run long. After only 4 episodes, the show was discontinued. Carol Black and Neil Marlins, producers of the new ABC pilot series These Friends of Mine, cast her. The show's popularity, fueled in part by Ellen's distinctive brand of observational humor, led to its rebranding to Ellen after the first season. Ellen soared to unprecedented heights of prominence in 1997, despite the show's frequent comparisons to Seinfeld. It is really appreciated. Much obliged. The Academy Awards are here. On Oprah Winfrey's show, when Ellen revealed that she is a lesbian. Oprah Winfrey portrayed her therapist in the historic episode, and her character also came out to her. The puppy episode quickly rose to the ranks of the show's most popular episodes. Despite this high point, the show's ratings started to decline, and it was ultimately cancelled after 5 seasons. Another sitcom that Ellen worked on after that, The Ellen Show, aired in 2001 but also had a short run of 13 episodes. Allegations of mistreatment of Ellen by other writers on the show caused friction in 2007, according to a former writer. But after the sitcoms ended, Ellen transformed into a formidable talk show host, further cementing her position in the entertainment industry. The Ellen DeGeneres Show, Ellen's daytime talk show that premiered in September 2003, became an instant sensation. Talk shows presented by famous people, such as Rita Rudner and Sharon Osbourne, were starting to air around the same period. But Ellen's show was the standout, steadily increasing its Nielsen numbers and garnering praise from critics. 12 daytime Emmys were up for grabs in its debut season, with 4 victories, Best Talk Show among them, taking home the hardware. The sitcom went on to win 25 Emmys in the 3 seasons that followed. At the beginning of every show and during commercial breaks, Ellen would dance with the audience, which became a trademark of the Ellen DeGeneres Show. She also gained fame for her many brand-sponsored giveaways, in which she would award lucky audience members with trips and prizes. Plus, I'm relieved that I had the opportunity to inform my crew and personnel before word got out. Ellen elaborated that she ceased dancing because she felt pressured and bored by the constant requests. Ellen invited members of her graduating class to appear on her show in February 2006 to commemorate their 30-year high school reunion. Additionally, she brought a brand new LED electronic marquee sign as a surprise to her alma mater, Atlanta High School. After joking that "they told me everyone would be wearing robes," Ellen joined former Presidents Bill Clinton and George H.W. Bush to the stage at Tulane University's 2006 commencement in New Orleans while wearing a bathrobe and slippers. Ellen appeared in a live broadcast from Universal Studios Orlando in March 2007, when she rode the Hulk coaster and the Jaws boat attraction, among other entertaining acts. In May of that year, she took a little hiatus from the show because of a ripped ligament in her back, but she kept presenting from a hospital bed, and her guests would also join her in bed. The show must go on, and her tenacity was a shining example of that. In May 2009, Ellen celebrated her 1,000th episode with special guests like Oprah Winfrey, marking a big milestone for the show. Imagine Justin Timberlake with Paris Hilton. Jennifer Aniston and Justin Timberlake later surprised her on site for her 2000th episode in December 2015. In 2010, Ellen replaced Paula Abdul as a judge on American Idol, in addition to her talk program. Ellen departed after only one season, although having signed on for at least 5, citing a lack of a good fit for the role as her reason. A game show based on Ellen's talk show segments, Ellen's Game of Games premiered on NBC in 2017 and featured Ellen as a host once again. The program debuted in December 2017 and ended in May 2021 after 4 seasons. In 2018, Ellen DeGeneres' program continued to thrive, and the association with TCL as the official TV sponsor was extended for a 5th consecutive season, further solidifying her connection with her followers. It was a major decision for Ellen DeGeneres to make between 2018 and 2022 about the renewal of her talk show contract. Her Netflix comedy special Relatable, which made light of her pleasant image, was one of the many artistic outlets she was experimenting with in 2018, as mentioned in a New York Times feature. The public's expectation that Ellen would constantly be cheerful and dance on her show was suffocating, Ellen said. She had danced for years, and she was afraid her audience would reject her if she quit. She was raised as a Christian Scientist and her sensitivity was shaped by her father's reluctance to face the dark side. The Ellen DeGeneres Show will conclude after its 19th season, as Ellen revealed on May 12, 2021. It was May 26, 2022, when the last episode aired. My favorite artists are Pink and Billie Eilish. Portia De Rossi, Ellen's wife, and other relatives were present to celebrate the milestone. In addition to her successful career in entertainment, Ellen DeGeneres has also established a distinct niche for herself in the consumer goods market. In 2014, she entered the lifestyle brand market when her line debuted on QVC, a well-known home shopping network. ED On Air was Ellen's range of home products that she designed and assembled. The reason Portia fell head over heels for this driven woman is because this was the beginning of her business expansion, which would lead to the launch of a full-fledged lifestyle brand. Is the love between Portia and Ellen going to last, or will it eventually fizzle out? Leave a comment with your ideas. Like, comment, and follow. Additionally, make sure you click on the video that is displayed on your screen. I promise you, you will love it.